Hello.
Boses pa lang eh. Nanginginig na eh. Malakas na.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. My name is Joanna Ramirez and my partner is Brother Simon Sustento. And I'd like to share about the preview of the Hanukkah versus Christmas that eventually happened in the this time, coming of the December 25. So about the Hanukkah versus Christmas, as you can see the title, so the Hanukkah versus Christmas, we need to first remind ourselves that the word Hanukkah and Christmas message is all about the typologies in ourselves, application, and also for the literal things, the history back of them, and also what is the meaning of message inside of message of Hanukkah and Christmas. Like why is it was compared Hanukkah versus Christmas? Since the month of December is happening right now and the day of 25 will come, we need to rededicate ourselves first and we need to prepare our right mindset about Christmas and what should we celebrate. To ask ourselves, what should we celebrate, Hanukkah or Christmas? So why don't we talk about the typologies of Hanukkah to our family and life? So next slide please. As you can see, the present application is like talking about the typology of Hanukkah to our family and life. As you can see, the word family for us, and the life is for individual. And the second one, as you can see, the Hanukkah is institutional to ourselves, like how we dedicate yourself to God. So I capture all that the dedicate word is the present application, so the most key word. Because under that is the commandment is to study the message, teach the message, and lastly, prove all things. Now, the word prove all things, if you know the truth, you need to expose the truth. So, not just in keeping all yourself. Now, I will introduce the many of them, the like 4 categories that I types in question about the Hanukkah, because first we'll talk about the Hanukkah. So, next slide please. So as you can see, what is Hanukkah? Please move it. Yes, thank you. So this candle is the word Hanukkah. So the candle, why is 9? If you ask yourself why is 9, this is just a short preview because this is 9 because the 2 feasts was additional, called additional, the Hanukkah and the Purim. So we have an idea for that. Please adjust the screen.
Please adjust the screen.
Now we will read this in Hebrew word. Hanukkah means dedication because the holiday marks the rededication of the temple during the 2nd century BC, and so this idea of that is a lesser Jewish festival in 18th and 25th day Kislev in December. So it happened during the winter. Hanukkah. So and we need to recalibrate the word importance of what is Hanukkah because of one person in Jerusalem that got inside the temple and bring an idolatry, like serving a pig to represent as a Zeus. And this Hanukkah, like abomination of desolation in Antiochus Epiphanes. Next slide please. So, as you can see the pictures, this is Antiochus Epiphanes. Adjust the screen, please. Yes. So, in Daniel chapter 8, verse 12, this is the story that tells Bible what did Antiochus Epiphanes did inside the temple. Antiochus Epiphanes happens to commit abomination of desolation and seeking the prophet of Judaism and Hellenism the Jewish. So, in the year 167 BC, the Judean Maccabees led the land ban of the Jews in defending Jewish culture because of religions against its Hellenization. So the Hellenization, Hellenist culture is come from the Greek that was mixed up come from the Babylon. So for short, it's a very paganism culture. So we have an idea about Antiochus Epiphanes, right? So he captured the Jerusalem during the 167 BC. So please listen up, everyone. Okay. Next question. Next slide. So why Hanukkah is so important to Jewish? In John chapter 10, verse 22 to 30, the word Hanukkah is not biblically written word by word, but the word Hanukkah was written, it's like written in the Bible. But as far as we know that it's already talk about the Hanukkah, the word dedication. It means backside of is Hanukkah. So I'm asking you, brother James, what? As I said earlier, what is Hanukkah? If you know Hanukkah.
Ulit sinabi mo, the Hanukkah, like you said before, is the dedication of ourselves.
Amen. So let's clap our hands for Brother James. So, yes, the importance of the Hanukkah is rededicating ourselves, but in the Jewish side, it's the victory, the taking over the victory, known as celebrating the victory during the 164 BC. And that is when the time of the group of the Maccabees was celebrating and call it rededication of the temple, helping and out, and then call it the Feast of Hanukkah. So now, we will talk about, as Brother James Aldea said, that rededicating ourselves. How can you do rededicating yourself in spiritual way? So next slide, please. Yes. So the number 3 category is rebuilding the temple. As you can see, the spiritual type, because we are focusing on the spiritual type and not on just physical or literal things, because spiritual is more important than physical or literal things. Spiritual type is cleansing spiritually. So for now, I will ask a question about you. How do you cleanse spiritually? Like individual, for family, and to church, how do you cleanse spiritually? So I will ask. I will ask Sister Janelle. Sister Janelle, I will ask you, how do you cleanse spiritually? How do you cleanse spiritually? Rebuilding the temple.
Bibigyan kayo niya pag nanalo.
How do you cleanse spiritually?
Microphone.
How do you cleanse spiritually?
Microphone.
Si Janelle daw.
May isang mic naman si George Mao, tumatay
Oh,
siya lagi.
yes. How do you clean the temple spiritually? So, in my opinion, we are the temple, so we're going to clean ourselves by doing God things. Be a Berean.
So yes, as you can see, the word Berean, this verse, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16 to 18, know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. It means, this is the cleansing spiritually. And in verse 17, if any man defile the temple of God, him shall destroy, for the temple of God is holy, which temple we are. So it means that if you're dedicating yourself to God, you need to be holy. Are you holy?
What kind of holiness?
Like, let no man deceive himself. We don't need to. We should not worldliness spirits keep coming inside in us, because so we are the temple of God. That is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Spiritual temple is we calling ourselves the bride, and the bride is the temple. So the counterpart of Hanukkah is Christmas. So why did I say that? Because the Christmas happens during the winter, and also the Hanukkah happens also in winter. And the whole world celebrating the word called vanity, which is worthless. And like the how do you please worthless inside you? Yes, being Berean for individual, for spouse, to children, for congregational. And like you must cleanse yourself from ignorance. If someone is saying to us that you need to have a training inside their house, you need to cleanse the ignorant spirit. So next slide please. So the number 4 is reminder the Hanukkah typology commemoration. This was in the Tracts of right mindset about Christmas. That the wordly Christmas coincides with the Jewish feast of Hanukkah, the dedication. So as you can see, the number 1 of that is the family worship. Family worship, having a family worship meeting and reviewing the revelation given by God to us. So, not just the head of the family, but also the children. So, the second one of that is family spirituality. You need to check the family spirituality, each of us, because if someone is down, then you should dedicate that person again to God. So, the lukewarmness spirit will be avoided. And then the last one of that is we should share the truth. The word truth, we should share the truth. If we know the truth, then you should spread it. And last of those, next slide please. So yes, let's go to Christmas. The word Christmas is the annual Christian festival. Next slide. Yes. The annual Christian festival celebrating the birth of Christ held to December 25. So this happens mostly in the Western Church. And then the Xmas or Nativity for another word. And that is called birth of child. And the English term is Christmas. So you can read it up. And the winter solstice happens on also the time of Christmas. In winter. And then now there's a question. Will be my last. There's a question that is it wrong to use the word Christmas? No. So the answer is no, because the word Christmas is not a word, but the action is wrong. The word is not wrong, but the action is wrong. Because the Christmas is meaning for the Christ masses, but Christ masses is made for the holiday. But if the people celebrate it like how they learn it from the Catholic tradition, then it's very wrong. So that's why the counterpart of the Christmas is Hanukkah, because people celebrate blindly by doing what Roman Catholic churches did it to them. So let's trace the origin. So next slide please. Yes. So this will be the version. So in the Babylonian, Nimrod incest with his mother Semiramis. You can see it in the picture. And then, yes, so that is the result of Tammuz. And the next slide again. So paganism culture, and that is why the sun god representing Tammuz as Nimrod, and that was connected in the Christmas tradition. That's why we say that the action is very wrong, but the word isn't that. So that's why it was called vanity, which is very useless and worthless. Okay, so the next slide, last slide for us is the Hanukkah and the Christmas. This is the counterpart. Dedicating, as you can see, the Hanukkah is dedicating and the Christmas is the vanity. So I will challenge you all that if you know the truth, then what do you think you should celebrate during the December 25? Hanukkah or Christmas? The dedicating ourselves spiritually or in the vanity? So that is all I want to share.